welcome back to Arcadia Yoga and Wellness. I'm so happy you found your way here. Today for this practice, we are going to be working on heart openers. It's a little cheesy, I know. I'm dropping this video around Valentine's Day, but truly keeping poses in your practice that allow you to be vulnerable and to stretch the front of the body is so important, because we often find ourselves, whether you're at a desk or you're driving a lot, or even just standing for long periods of time, we tend to hunch over. Our posture is more forward instead of opening up and being expansive and taking up space. So that's what we're going to do today. So let's just get to it. I do want to cue though that in moments of the practice I will be cueing a pillow. You can also use a block, anything you have at home just to lift up your seat or a limb is perfect. Let's start in child's pose for a few moments. So knees as wide as your mat or as wide as you can take them. Big toes to touch. Your heels are going to support your hips. And then fold forward, reach your arms out long. And just sinking down here. And then let your head rest on your hands or all the way down onto your mat. But we'll just calmly take a few breaths here, fully breathing all the way in and letting all of the air out. Let's take 4 more breaths here. Deep breath in, really expansive, exhale out. Good, and with these breaths here, again, just making room for your heart. Again, expanding those ribs, exhale out. Good, 1 more breath here. And out. Good, inhale, start to come back up to your tabletop. I always like to cue taking some organic movement here, so wagging your hips side to side, nodding your head yes and no, really big circles with your hips, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, coming back up into that neutral tabletop position, engaging the elbows. Inhale, belly down, gaze forward, cow pose. Open up the shoulders, sitting bones are broad. Good, exhale, tuck chin and pelvis, really arch your back up towards the ceiling. Press into your shoelaces, good. 2 more, inhale, belly down. And exhale. Crunch and push your back up towards the ceiling 1 more time. Inhale, belly down, gaze forward. Again, this month I really want to focus on alignment. Exhale, back up towards the ceiling. That means intentional movement and moving slowly. Inhale, come back down to your neutral spine, and we're going to warm up our core today. So inhale, lift your right arm out. And then actively lift your left leg back. Now you can always modify by keeping the left foot down on the ground, no problem. And then sliding the foot forward. But let's take a big breath in. And then exhale, elbow to knee. Good, inhale, reach. Exhale, elbow to knee. Last one, inhale. Exhale, elbow to knee. We're really just getting into it today. Good. Inhale. Exhale, tabletop. Shift off your knee or wrist if you need to. And then place that weight in the right hand. Inhale, lift left arm. And then lift that left leg back. Flex your foot. Press the heel back. Big deep breath in. Exhale, elbow, knee. Inhale, reach. And I'll modify this next one.
Keeping the foot on the ground, you can just pull in. Good. Inhale, last one. Exhale. Inhale, reach back out. And exhale, come back into that tabletop. Shift the shoulders a little if you need to. Good. And then retucking the toes here. Take a hand print out. Good. Inhale, lift and hover the knees, zip up the core. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in here, pedal out the knees and your feet. Shake out your head. Good. And really intentional with our cues here. Spread your fingertips wide. Press into all of your finger pads. Ears in line with biceps. Actively press your hips high and back. Legs are straight and strong. Actively bringing the heels closer to the ground. Big breath in. Big breath out. Just a soft flow to begin with. Inhale, look forward towards the top of the mat. Exhale, walk your feet in between your hands and come into a forward fold. Good. Actively pull the weight forward into your toes. And then I'm going to take my pillow here. You can take a block or really anything stable that you can put your hand down on. Take a gentle bend in the knees. Press your left hand down onto the block, pillow, or mat. Inhale, spin right fingertips up. I always like to double check, taking your right hand to your lower back and making sure it's nice and flat. We are spinning from the mid and upper back and leaving our lower back intact. So really getting into the neck and shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale, right hand down. Good. Inhale, left fingertips up. So again, check back in with the lower back. We want to try to keep it as flat as possible. Good. Keep reaching. Big deep breath in. And then exhale, hand comes down. Remove that pillow or block. Inhale, rise all the way up. Keeping that gentle bend in the knees. Press the palms together, big breath in, gaze up. And then exhale, baby back bend. Good. Again, getting into the front body, opening up the heart, lifting the ribs and chest up. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, swan dive down, so arms wide, coming all the way down. Good, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Plant the hands, step back to a high push-up plank position. Good, big breath in here. Exhale, slow lower all the way down to your belly, and you can always take the knees down to the ground, untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra, just like I said in my last video. Keeping your elbows tucked into the body, you're only peeling up just as much as you could go as if you hovered your hands off of the ground. Full breath in. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, retuck the toes, press up into plank or tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to take that one more time. Inhale, look forward towards fingertips. Exhale, take feet in between your hands. Forward fold. Press the left hand down. Inhale, spin right fingertips up. Exhale, right hand down. Inhale, left fingertips up. Exhale, left fingertips down, forward fold. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. Mountain pose. Arms come up, press palms together. Big breath in, gaze up towards the ceiling. And then exhale, bend into the knees. Cactus the arms. Actively pinch the shoulder blades together. Good, gaze up. Then inhale, reach back up. Little bit of a cue change here. Exhale, hands come down. Interlace your hands at your low back. Keep your elbows bent. I'm actually slightly double jointed, so if you're like me, I actively have to remind myself to keep a gentle bend in my joints to protect them. So let's take our heart opener here. Inhale, sort of pull the knuckles and hands down, straighten out the arms, gaze up, and then pinch the shoulder blades together. Exhale, start to drape forward. Hands can come off of your lower back. This is big in the shoulders. Again, bend the knees, tuck your chin. Only go as far as you are comfortable. Good. Inhale, slight pull up. Release the hands. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back, ears away from shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the hands, step back into that high push-up. You can always drop your knees. Full breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down. Again, use your knees if needed. Untuck the toes. Inhale, baby cobra. Pull yourself up. Good. Exhale, release. One addition here, just like we did standing. Press into your shoelaces. Press into your hips. Interlace your fingers at your low back. Big breath in. Good, and then lift up. Exhale. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Reach your knuckles back towards your feet. Gaze up. Big breath in. And then exhale, release. Take your hands back down to the ground. Inhale. Retuck the toes. Lift up. Exhale. Hinge back. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Always welcoming the pedaling in the feet. We're going to come into our larger standing poses here. Full breath in. Reach your right foot back, straight and strong. Flex your foot, actively press the heel back. Spin the pinky toe down towards the ground. Full breath in. Exhale, step right foot forward. In between your hands. Scissor the inner thighs together. Good. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Now I want you to check that you're on 2 train tracks with your feet instead of 1 balance beam. So you can wiggle them slightly apart if you need to. Seal the left heel down. We're working our way into warrior 1. So your right toes are pointed towards 12 o'clock. Your left toes are pointed towards more like 10 o'clock. Again, scissor the thighs together so you're really squeezing and creating that energy here. Inhale, reach both arms up. This is the challenge in this pose here, is closing off your hips as much as you can. If you need to shorten your stance to find that closed hip, go for it. It's okay. Inhale, both arms up. Press your palms together. Good, big gaze up. Hold here for 2 more breaths. You guys have it. And 1 more breath here. Good, full breath in. Exhale, hands can come all the way back down. This time, shift the left heel up. Inhale, come back up, crescent lunge. Big breath in. Exhale, bend the left knee, squeeze the shoulder blades, cactus the arms. Good, 1 more time, inhale. Exhale, squeeze. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands come on back down. Good, step the right leg back. Big breath in. This time, vinyasa flow. So exhale, lower down halfway. Untuck the toes. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, retuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. One more time. Full breath in. Full breath out. Good. Inhale, lift that left leg back. Exhale, step the left foot forward. Good. Same cues here. We want to make sure that we're on the 2 train tracks. Taking our full breath in, our full breath out, and then sealing the right heel down, scissoring the inner thighs together. Inhale, lift all the way up. Warrior 1. So we're still getting a big front body stretch, squaring off the hips. Inhale, gaze up, palms together. Commit to the bend in that left knee. Big breath in and out. One more time. In. Don't lose that breath. And out. Good. Full deep breath in. And then exhale. Hands come on down. Same thing here. Lift up the right heel. Actively squeeze the inner thighs together. Inhale, reach on up. Crescent lunge. Big breath in. And then exhale, bend the elbows, bend the right knee. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Inhale. And exhale. Hands come on down. Step that left leg back. You can always drop the knees. Big breath in. Chaturanga Dandasana. Exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. We'll pause here before we add on to our next flow. Catch your breath. Honor what you've created. Making space for your heart today. All right, well done, you guys. We're gonna take that flow one more time, adding a heart opener with our Warrior 1. So take a big breath in, lift your right leg back. Exhale, step the right foot forward. Come into your Warrior 1 feet. So sealing the left heel down, keeping the hips squared forward. Inhale, reach both arms up. Palms pressed together, gaze up. And then exhale, drop the hands, interlace them at your low back, just like we did in our standing series. Inhale, puff the heart and chest up, gaze up. And then exhale, start to bow forward, bringing your right shoulder to your right knee. Unclasp your hands at any time that you need. Tuck your chin, look back at your big left toe, reach your hands forward. Keep bending into the right knee. Big breath in. Big breath out. Good. Inhale. And then exhale. Release your hands down to the ground. Lift up that left heel. Inhale, crescent lunge. Just for a moment here, exhale, pulse, bend the knee, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, hands come on down. This time, step back into your high push-up plank position. Full breath in, and then exhale, just reach back to your downward facing dog. Taking that last bit on the left side. When ready, inhale, lift the left leg back. Exhale, step the foot forward. Find that Warrior 1 footing. Seal the right heel down. Inhale, reach up. Palms together, gaze up. And then exhale, drop the hands down. Interlace them at your low back. Inhale, puff the heart and chest up. Squeeze the shoulders together. And then exhale, dive on down. Left shoulder, left knee. Arms reach up overhead. Tuck your chin, gaze back at that big toe. You can always release your hands down anytime. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale. Exhale, hands come on down. Lift the right heel up, almost done with this hard work. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bend the back knee, bend the elbows. Inhale, reach. Exhale, dive on down. Step the left leg back. Big breath in. Exhale, downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Really beautiful. Coming into some mid-level poses. Back down to the ground. Inhale, reach the right leg up. Exhale, coming into pigeon pose, bringing your right knee to the inside of your right wrist. Reaching the left leg back. Good. Inhale, start to come up towards center. Full breath in, shoulders pull back. And then exhale, start to come all the way down onto your forearms. A few different things you can do here. You can take your pillow or your block or even a blanket and tuck it underneath your lifted right hip. You can also bring your head to rest down on the pillow, or you can lift up onto your forearms. It gives you a little bit more space, especially with this flow. It's nice to keep a nice long spine, keep our heart and chest wide and expansive. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Really nice. Good, 1 more full breath in and out. Good. And then switching to the other side, start to come back up onto your hands. Press both hands into the mat. Relift the left leg. If you'd like to, kick the right leg all the way back up. And let's take a little bit of a hip stretch here. Bending into the right knee, squeezing your heel into your glutes. If you're an experienced practitioner or you're just feeling wild, you can take Wild Thing by opening up into the right, dropping the right foot down, and spinning the heart and chest up towards the ceiling. Good, full breath in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Good, pedal it out. Swing out those hips and then inhale, left leg back. Exhale, left knee to the inside of the wrist. Pigeon pose on the opposite side. Right leg all the way back. Good, crawl your hands back up towards your hips. Full breath in. And then exhale, come all the way back down. And I always like to say, one side could feel so much different than the other. So play around with the depth here. We do want to keep the hips fairly level. So again, you can tuck something underneath the left hip. You can prop your forearms up like I'm doing. But let's just take a few moments in silence here. And 1 more really deep breath in and out. Good. Come off any props. Bring your hands back up towards center. Good, relift the right leg. And then step back to downward facing dog, or just like we did on the other side, lift That left leg high, big breath in. You can bend the knee, squeeze the heel towards your glute, and take a big hip opening stretch, or take wild thing by stepping the left leg back, opening up to the right, full breath in, and then exhale, downward facing dog, big breath in. And then exhale, take your knees back down to the mat. Bring your knees in towards one another and walk your hands up towards your knees. Our last big heart opener for class today is going to be coming into camel. Now, even for me, oftentimes, honestly, where I am in my cycle, what I've eaten for the day, how the flow is just making me feel, and how my energy is made up. Sometimes camel can really affect me, and it can sometimes make you feel slightly dizzy or nauseous. So I'll modify a few things and just take it easy and always come back forward in a slow way, and we'll take a forward fold after just to calm the nervous system down and ground ourselves. Take your hands to your hips. Come up into a kneeling position, so hips are squared forward. Tuck your feet, so tucking your toes back behind you, walking the knees in or taking them at hips distance width. The beginning sort of sequence to come into this pose is, I think it's easiest to ball your fists up, and then taking your fists right at your lower back, squeezing your elbows in. You might also like fingers down, like you're putting your hands in your back pockets. So either way, squeeze the elbows in, shoulders back, dropped away from the ears. Inhale, start to gaze up. And then exhale, use your hands to press your hips forward. Gaze pulls back. Chest is expanding. And if you feel really good about this, you can drop the hands down. You can reach back for the ankles, but don't forget to keep reaching the hips forward, squeezing the shoulders together, and maybe dropping the head all the way back. Good, big breath in. And then exhale, slowly coming all the way out, untucking the toes, and we'll come into embryo pose here. Arms rest down by their sides, forehead down to the mat. Let's take 2 breaths. Great job. Inhale. Slowly come back up into a seated position. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Good, slide off your heels. We'll just take one final pose before you choose to take your Shavasana or move on with your day. Come all the way down onto your low back. Rock your hips side to side. Good, and let's take happy baby. Just spreading the knees wide. Soles of the feet stamped up towards the ceiling. Good. You can take your hands behind your knees or the inside or outside arches of your feet. Full breath in. Full breath out. You can always rock side to side. Good. Come back in towards center. Squeeze your knees in towards your chest. And then exhale. If you're taking your final Shavasana, I welcome that for you. All of your limbs out long. Good. And just ending here. Again, feel free to take a longer Shavasana, but I'm coming up into a seated position on my mat.
Inhaling both arms up. Exhale, bringing thumbs towards heart center. Take a full breath in. Full breath out. Today was really special because we practiced being vulnerable and making space in our heart center and in the front body so that when we step off of our mat, we have more space available for ourselves and for others within our heart center. Again, take a big breath in, big breath out. Great job, you guys. As always, bloom where you are planted, and I will see you next time. Bye, everyone.